Lizzy do the hump, Lizzy do the hump, hump. Da, 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 da,
Mate,
da,
we're
da.
live. Come on.
Oh, thank Christ. This week is dragging.
Welcome to your Wednesday night.
It's the hump.
Coming up on the show tonight,
We have a musical guest performance live
a packing technique that'll change the way you travel.
and the best bits of the weekend ahead. But first, we're excited to present to you a feisty foursome fresh on the indie scene.
It's Bellicose.
Don't dream about saffron. She's a real big liar. She don't care about you. She don't care about me. She don't care about anybody
Well, that was a spicy number, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Now, like responsible grown-ups, we expect you've caught up with the news at 10. But here are the things that you might have missed that you probably want to know.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't call you a responsible grown-up, Lizzie.
Yeah, well,
However,
neither would I, actually.
First up, we've got the buzz on the still mythical 24-hour tube. While we keep hearing it will happen soon, the latest news says August. Some are concerned it will simply have no excuse not to work till midnight. But fear not, a brave group of light sleepers have championed a more worthy cause by demanding Boris Johnson prioritise shushing the underground over making it available more often.
Can you imagine? Now, speaking of London after dark, the Telegraph has reported that a whopping half of Britain's nightclubs have shut down in the last 10 years.
That's
half.
a lot.
I know. Now, experts predict this dramatic decline will leave the UK worse off culturally, socially and economically. Although saying that, the night tube may arrive just when the last club in London shuts for good, but at least we can look forward to freedom of tapping in past 11 p.m. and then maybe we can, socialise on public transport.
That's my Saturday night sorted, isn't it? And finally, we'd be fools if we didn't remind you that the 1st of April is merely 2 days away. Do you like what I did there?
I'm there.
Fools.
I've got it, I'm there.
While the ultimate holiday of pranks is not until Friday, England footy fans are already feeling a little bit silly for getting their hopes up after their 3-2 win with Germany this past Saturday. Last night's loss against the Netherlands is making a certain someone a little bit nervous about already booking the open-top bus for Euro 2016.
Yeah, I would be too.
Never mind. But now, a topic to keep you at least a little bit sharp until Friday, which is more than I can say about our Lizzie here.
Yeah, all right.
It's time for our take on the Great British Brexit.
So last week we talked all things stay, but here with us today is Councillor Anna Firth, co-chair of Women for Britain and former parliamentary candidate for the Conservative Party, who is urging us to vote leave. Anna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on the show.
So, can you summarise simply for us why you think that we should leave the EU?
Yeah, and can I just say this isn't a new view that I've had. I've had the hump with the EU actually for quite a while. It's about democracy, not bureaucracy. I believe that we should be able to vote in the people who are in power, who make the rules, who govern us, so that if they don't do a good job, come the next election, we can vote them out again. And that is the problem with the EU. We now have over 50% of our laws are now made for us in Brussels by people who we can't vote in and we can't vote out, by an unelected European elite. That's bureaucracy, that's not democracy.
So it's about Britain taking back their control, is that what you say?
Totally.
Like us to have more of a say.
Totally. I mean, I think that if you look back through history, you see time and time again that it's actually only the countries that have got a proper democracy that actually stand the test of time. And if you look across Europe now, you see the rise of rather unpleasant, rather nasty right-wing parties now all across Europe. And I believe that is because you've got an unelected government in Brussels now taking over. And so people say this has caused peace, but actually look at countries like Spain and Portugal, where you've got 58% now of people under 25 unemployed. That isn't a peaceful society, that's not harmony, and that's not sustainable in my view.
Can I just ask, so the Bank of England has said Brexit would threaten the pound and the British economy. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting that, isn't it, Mark Carney? Because, of course, he comes from Canada, and Canada have a great deal with the EU, but they're not in the EU. So I was interested to hear his perspective. Well, look, he's right in one sense that between now and June, we are going to see some depreciation in sterling because the city doesn't like uncertainty. But I disagree with him completely that there's going to be any ongoing long-term problems. The person who set up the Stronger In campaign, Lord Rose himself, said there will be no long-term effects if the British public votes to come out. And if you look at what Mervyn King has said, he was the ex-governor of the Bank of England, he says at the end of the day, this is a toss-up between a political elite who can't now admit that they've made a big mistake and simple arithmetic. The best interests of our economy and our country are coming out of the European Union.
Saying that though, you mentioned similar things to Canada. With Canada, it took up to 7 years to come to with the negotiations to get to where they are now.
Yeah.
So what would your view be on that? With it possibly taking that amount of time to get somewhere before you can...
Yeah, that's a very valid concern, but I don't actually think that we will take anything like 7 years, because Canada were coming at this not being in the EU, not already having existing trading relationships, which we do have. So frankly, I think that we're looking at, it will probably take about 2 years for us to negotiate a deal, and I fully expect that we would negotiate a far better deal than Canada, because we are a far bigger and more important economy than Canada. We're the 5th biggest economy in the world. We're already trading with Germany and France. They trade far more with us than we do with them. So the day after we vote to leave, you will have Mercedes-Benz and you will have Daimler and BMW ringing up Angela Merkel or her trade minister saying, come on, do a deal with the Brits and get on with it, because we want to keep selling our Mercedes. Quite right too.
Okay.
Thank you very
So
much.
just
Thank you for joining us as well.
Yeah? Was
Yeah,
that one more?
it's right. We're just running out a little bit of time. So thank you very much for joining us,
Well,
Hannah. We do
thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so you at home have now heard both sides, and you've got some pondering to do just before June. Perhaps you can mull it over on a sunny beach. If you've got a cheeky holiday coming up, thank your lucky stars that you've tuned in tonight.
That's right, guys. So now we've stepped into spring, those summer holidays are just around the corner. But let's be real, we've all booked those Ryanair flights to save as much money as possible for the beach bar, yeah? So back with his newest trick in our life hack, expert Dan Seamarks schooling us on savvy suitcase packing. Hello, Dan.
Hey, Lizzy, how are you?
doing? Good, thank you. Welcome to the studio. Thanks for joining me here.
You're welcome.
Now, I'm dying to know, I don't know about you, what is the secret to saving money on luggage besides wearing it all on the plane? Like a bit of a Joey from Friends.
Okay, so yeah, so you don't need to overheat on your plane this summer, because there is such a simple life hack,
Okay.
and it just involves a lot of layers, but in your suitcase, not on you.
Okay, let's
Okay.
do it. Nice.
So as you can see, I've already started, and we've lined the suitcase with the belt that we're going to take on holiday with us.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
Literally taking up no room at all in there.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Next we're going to take our shoes, and everyone thinks about shoes just in general. Think about your sole. Think about your
Okay.
sole, and just line it up against the edge there. Your sole. So just you line it up against the edge there, and then again takes up hardly any room.
What is it you've got in there?
Pair
Pair of pants, I can see.
So we put in the underwear and the socks we're going to take on holiday with us. Shove them all in there. If you're taking multiple pairs of shoes, shove them in all your shoes. Takes up no room at all.
Sneaky. I like it.
Very sneaky. Jeans are probably the bane of life when you're packing. Everyone knows it. They're big, they're bulky,
Heavy. Yeah.
very heavy. So take them, line them in the middle of the suitcase, and if you do the same with those ones, and
Okay.
just line them up down the middle there.
Nice.
And then if you're going to go with a guy, tank tops, anything like that, straight in the middle there, in the natural valley, nice and easy, nice and space reducing for you there.
Okay.
Now t-shirts, the biggest pain when you're packing,
There's loads.
but they don't have to be. If you take them and get the biggest end, which is obviously where your torso goes, and just pop them in like that.
Okay.
And if you keep doing that in a flip-flop kind of motion,
So like reverse.
yeah, reversing motion, so
Okay. Yeah.
I just call it a flip-flop. Dress is slightly different. You don't have your arms, and they're
Quite
slightly
long
longer,
as well.
very
yeah.
longer,
Getting away. Yeah.
a lot more flowy as well. So these ones just literally pop in the end of the dress here, kind of tuck it all in, and now you're just going to go back through the same order. So you're going to get your dress, double it over,
Okay.
and then do the same with the t-shirts. You're going to fold the arms in on male t-shirts and even female t-shirts where they have them. Fold the arms in like that, up and over.
Nice.
And now, of course, the jeans, you're going to take them and you're just going to fold them in like so,
Okay.
and then they take up hardly any room.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And toiletries, they're the big thing that everyone wants to take with them. You're going to take foundation, you're going to take creams with them, so you can pick up kind of a contact lensless pop from places like Boots or any other chemist.
Oh, that's a good idea. And just put as much as you need in there, or sort of.
Put as much as
Yeah.
you need in there for your holiday. Just pop the cap back on. No need to take massive pots of foundation that
'Cause
just
I do that,
take
and
up room.
it's heavy as well. It's more weight,
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
Don't need it. These, you know, they're really cheap, really easy to get hold of. Pop it all in there. The same as your jewellery. Just pop it on a button, nice and shiny. Again, nice and easy to pack.
Just an odd button.
Just no button, yep, absolutely.
That's handy, and you can fit 2 pairs on there as well, can't
Absolutely.
you? Yeah.
And just pop that into there. And then you're going to pop that in the middle of your valley where your tank tops and stuff go. And
So it's
then,
all compact.
yeah, so we've got nice in the middle, nice and protected. And that is literally how you can pack your holiday in no time at all. So if you're in a hurry for your flight, or you just don't like the time consumingness of it, you're ready to go.
And that was so quick as well.
So quick, so easy.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for that.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. I'm actually going on holiday soon.
Well,
So
enjoy.
that's perfect for me. It's settled. I'm never checking in a bag again. What about you? Now it is your turn, everyone. So while you're at it, tweet us snaps using #SuitcaseHell for your chance to win a trip to Berlin, nice, and a one-to-one packing tutorial with the crafty Dan himself. Unfortunately, now most of us, we can't quite sail off into the sun just yet, can we? But to keep your spirits up, Dan has found out what you can look forward to get you through this week. That's right, it's your today's edition of your light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey guys, that's right. I've been doing my research, and first up is Billy Elliot at London's Victoria Palace Theatre. Come on in. The uplifting story of a coal miner's son in northern England who, after stumbling into a ballet class by chance, found the course of his destiny permanently altered. But hurry, you've only got a week left to catch this toe-tapping musical before it closes on the 9th of April after 11 years and nearly 5,000 performances. You can find Billy and his friends at the Victoria Palace Theatre with tickets starting from just £19.50. If you live in London and are yet to see a West End show, first of all, shame on you. But here's your chance to redeem yourself before it's too late. If you're feeling peckish, pop on over to Shoreditch and check out Urban Food Fest, my favourite place to get grub at the weekend. A street food and bar night market that is held weekly at the Euro car parks in the heart of Shoreditch. Don't be afraid of its hipster tag, this is the perfect weekend chill out for grab and grub. At the food fest you can enjoy a tantalising array of gourmet street foods from around the globe, and of course a selection of craft beer, exclusive cocktails, international wines and more. The fest even hosts live musical guests depending on the weekend, and you can check out their themed Saturdays. This weekend the Rugby Sevens take over. Fwah. Hit up this Saturday from midday to midnight slap bang on Shoreditch High Street. Even better, it's free to get in. After all, who doesn't like eating burgers and drinking booze in the British sun? I'll let you decide on that one. And finally, if you feel like dancing the night away, then check out Super Duper Fly Club Night and take yourself back to the 90s and noughties. What better way to end your week? Deemed London's best R&B night out by Time Out, this monthly event is the biggest of its kind in the UK. Having hosted the likes of Rita Ora and featured impromptu performances from Professor Green and special guest Emily Sandé, this club night simply can't be missed. Even better, all profits from this event will go directly to Road to Freedom, a charity that aids refugees fleeing from war-torn Syria and Iraq. Taking place at Mode in Notting Hill, Super Duper Fly Club Night runs from 9 PM till 3 AM, with advance tickets going for just £7.70 and totally free table reservations for parties of 10 plus. So grab your friends and head out. Okay, home dogs, and there's your weekend plan. I've been Dan, this has been Light at the End of the Tunnel. See you on the flip side.
That Billy gets me every time.
It's all right. It's okay. Oh, do you know what? I'm quite hungry now, actually.
Wow, the show's nearly over, Lizzie.
Well, I know, but right, I'll tell you what. I'll need to sort out my 90s gear as soon as I get back from having a snack.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
Oh, thank you very much. But now it's time first to bid you good night and send you to bed with a sweet tune in your ear.
One last time for you, here's Bellicose.
Try